What's up guys, welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to be showing you around a Sony Vaio laptop. This is the VGN-NR10E model. It also came as a NR10E /S, so there was an S model as well. This is the E version. It's a fairly, it was a fairly popular laptop when it came out a few years ago. I believe it is a 2007 model. It used to be my primary machine, and for all intensive purposes it did run very well. I'm going to be showing you a quick tour of this laptop, and then in the second half of the video I'm going to be sort of restoring it and trying to make it run a bit better. So let's get into the hardware tour. Okay, so I'm not really sure of the dimensions of this laptop, but it's not the thickest thing in the world. It's sort of a silver, the effect on it, I don't have autofocus on this particular camera, but you can still sort of see the effects there. It's like a sort of rough, grainy effect to it. So let's have a look. On the front, it's a magnetic latch, so there's no latches to go on. There's an SD card slot here with a LED to read and write. And next to that here we have the Memory Stick Pro, the Sony connection thing. The power LED, battery LED, and hard drive status LED. Wireless LAN, this is the Wi-Fi module. It's a switch, so you've got the off position and the on position, which is indicated by an LED there. On this side we have, I believe this is some sort of express card flash, for compact flash and things like that. This isn't a compact flash, I think this is a Sony express card. Two USB 2.0 ports, the headphone jack, microphone jack, VGA external monitor output here, and the vents. You can see the heatsink in there for the processor. On the rear we have the input for the power plug, goes in like that. We have the battery bay here, which has no battery in it because the battery in this one is dead. And we then have a modem and Ethernet ports. On the other side we have a Kensington lock, a sort of standard DVD drive here. It's a DVD-RW drive, I believe, and two more USB ports. Now opening it up, the lower area down here we have I need to clean this up, that's going to be the second part of the video. We've got the Vaio branding here, or Vaio branding here. We have a nice smooth trackpad, unlike some of the rough ones used on slightly more modern laptops. We have over here we have branding for the Intel Pentium dual-core processor, and we have the two left and right click buttons here, which, as you may see, the left click one is broken. We have a full size keyboard here. There, as you can imagine, normal laptop style keys, but they're not individually spaced. It's a full keyboard and there's no spacing between them like such on a MacBook or some of the newer Sony laptops. Up here we have a button for S1, which they've got some video output modes here. S1, I believe, in actual Windows launches a Sony Vaio application, which is used for some media services. We have the AV mode switch, which enables you to use external screens and different modes for the media. We have the three keyboard lights here, the num lock, the scroll lock, and the caps lock, and of course the power button is right there. Now we have a speaker grill along the top here. You can see just about there's one speaker there and one speaker there, and this is a nice sort of metal grill. And above that we have the screen itself, which is a 15-inch screen on this model, I believe. Hello. And this is a I have the specs up here. It's a 15.4 inch screen with X-Black technology, which means, as you can see from my reflection in it, it is a glossy screen. And so let's have a little run through of the actual specs of the product. This particular model has a Intel Pentium dual-core T2310 running at 1.46 GHz, 2 GB of DDR2 RAM, 160 GB hard drive, and the graphics are Intel GMA X3100s, which is sort of similar to the HD series we have now. So what I'm going to be doing now is having a bit of a clean of this, because this is, as I say, it used to be my primary machine back when I started this channel, and now I don't actually use it. I gave it to my mum and she used it for a few years, and the Windows partition has finally gone, and so we used it primarily as an Ubuntu machine. But my mum likes to play games on Windows, so she's now actually downgraded to a Fujitsu Siemens laptop, which is of slightly lower spec, but it works for her. So yeah, so now she's got the Windows machine back, and this is primarily an Ubuntu machine, but it did ship with Windows Vista Home Premium, and the sticker for that is on the bottom here, so I could probably reinstall that. One thing I didn't mention is on the bottom here, what we've actually got. It's a nightmare to get into this machine because there is a massive number of screw holes. We've got 2 here, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 screw holes on the bottom here, and then there is also 2 more screw holes underneath these vents here. So underneath we've got some more ventilation, and also we've got a single screw here which undoes this bay, which you can see indicated by this square, and underneath there is the memory, so you can upgrade, but that's irrelevant on this model because it maxes out at 2 GB anyway. So what I'm going to be doing now is I've already taken the time out to clean it properly down. All I need to do now is do a bit of dusting, work on the keyboard, and the screen I'm going to do at a later stage. You won't be able to see the state the screen's in, but believe me, it's not very good. So now to clean the keyboard here, I'm going to be using standard air duster. This is a laser air duster with the nozzle here. I bought this in Poundland, which is sort of the UK equivalent of 99-cent stores, albeit more expensive. It's because obviously I think the exchange rate at the moment is currently £1 is about $1.54 or something like that, so it is more expensive, but yeah, it's a decent product for the money. Shake it well, and undo the thing here. I can insert the spray nozzle like so, and there we go. So now I can I've got a duster here as well, so I'm just going to be cleaning this thing down. Let's give it a good wipe over first. These keys are prone to popping out. They're standard latch keys, but the mechanism on them isn't very good at all. The mechanism is done in such a way that the latches underneath the keys themselves are made of a horrible quality plastic which snaps very easily, and you get bits flying off all over the place anyway. So I'm just working on a particular key here which has got a bit of grime on it. I've already taken the time out to clean the majority of this. I just need to get some screen cleaner or use some glasses cleaner, but I'm just trying to get all the gunk off the keys, because it's been my mum's workstation setup is in the kitchen, and as you can imagine it does get quite grubby in there while you're cooking, and you've got lots of steam and stuff like that as well. So yeah, also I'm just, while I'm doing this, I'm just going to take some time out to talk a bit about the channel, as I always do. I need to find myself a program, because I now have the Microsoft LifeCam, which does have autofocus. Not very good autofocus, but it works, and I can also use manual focus if necessary. I need to be able to find a good program that records that in a decent frame rate, because all the programs I've tried to use means horrible video that looks like it's a PowerPoint, and I don't want that at all. I don't want a PowerPoint presentation. I want at least 30 frames per second in all of my videos to make them nice and smooth. So now comes the interesting part, where I have to try and get some of the keys come loose there. Right, so what I have, and let me just close the blinds to get less glare on the screen here. It is like a mirror, isn't it? Right, what I have here is a 16 gig USB drive with a copy of Ubuntu 11.10 on it, and I'm going to be trying to install this via the it's been installed on here via UNetBooTin, and hopefully I can boot from startup. Okay, so here we are in UNetBooTin. Again, that glare is still horrible, but it's probably the best I can do for now. There we go, that's a bit better. Just make sure the camera's in a good position to see this. There we go, that's slightly better now. Right, UNetBooTin. So I can now install Ubuntu, and what I'm going to do is install it over this thing, dual boots Ubuntu and dual boots Ubuntu and Windows Vista, and Ubuntu is obviously the primary thing right now, but it runs, I think, 10.04, because I believe that's what I had on CD at the time. I got the live CD of that, and obviously there's a few things, there's numerous things. I've got the compatibility options here, and well, as of 10.04, supposedly everything on this laptop will work out of the box with Ubuntu, but I just want to have all the latest updates and get everything installed up and ready to sort of sort out some compatibility issues and a few other things like that. So okay, so there we go, we're getting the Ubuntu installation thing now. It's all very nice. It's found wireless networks, so that means the Wi-Fi is kicked in, which is unusual because in Vista it doesn't work. Right, so English. Hard drive has at least 4.4 gig available space. It's connected to a power source. Download updates while installing, that's fine. If it can connect, that is. Install the third-party software. Right, it's not connected to the internet, but we can solve that. There we go. Connect to my network. Choose a password. The application wants to create a new keyring. Password. Right, so connection is established. So now, hopefully it will give me a some sort of menu to be able to choose which partition I want to install on. It's taking its time here. I can hear the hard drive thinking a bit. Okay, this computer currently has Windows Vista and Ubuntu 10.04 LTS on it. What would you like to do? Erase Ubuntu 10.04 LTS and reinstall. Get rid of everything in both Vista and that, or something else. I would like to erase Ubuntu and reinstall. There we go. So that was very simple process. It can tell that I've got Vista on there as well. It's given me the option either here to install Ubuntu, or underneath that to erase Vista as well. So I'm just keeping the dual boot configuration. It's doing that fine. It's connected to the internet first time. And here we go. So it recognises I'm in London. The time is 3:42, which is correct. And it gives me this nice map overview, so I can click on forward. So it's this sort of same sort of setup as on the Mac, where when you run it for the first time you can choose some of your options while it's installing at the bottom here. So choose my keyboard layout, United Kingdom. Okay, so now it's telling me to create an account on the computer, so let's quickly do that. Capitalise that. Usernames on Ubuntu have to be lowercase, I believe. I don't think you can. Yeah, it must start with a lowercase letter. I'm not really sure why, but sound is working fine. Require my password to log in. That's fine. Oh wait, I probably should have put my full name in there, that would have been more helpful. And there we go. Right. There we go, so let's hit forward. Don't want to import any documents from Vista. That's fine. I don't want to do anything like that. Right, so there we go. Welcome to Ubuntu 11.04. It's just given me a few different things. Packed with features to make your computer delightful to use. This version introduces the Unity desktop interface, a brand new way to find and manage applications. We'd like to show you some cool things to look for in the new operating system. So it's given me examples here. I've got the Ubuntu Software Center. Let me zoom in a little bit here. There we go. It's given me examples of the Software Center. Having fun with photos. Included software is Shotwell Manager, TV Video Editor, and GIMP, which is the like Photoshop. Ubuntu One, which is sort of the iTunes equivalent. Talking about including taking your music with you. Saying it works great with portable players, email and chat applications, Empathy, Instant Messenger, Evolution Mail, and support with Skype. Social from the start, so you've got a Me menu up in the top now, which in the top right corner, up in the top of the screen, you'll have a menu which has your name on it, and you'll be able to use that to set your status on Facebook, tweet, and become available for chat. Browse the web. Ubuntu includes Mozilla Firefox, which I will be replacing for Chrome because it's better. Ooh, controversial. Write and present with ease, so it's saying that LibreOffice is included instead of OpenOffice, because OpenOffice isn't really supported by anything anymore. Tomboy notes. Customization, appearance preferences, assistive technologies, and language support. Thank you again for choosing Ubuntu. Ubuntu is designed to be easy, safe, and so don't hesitate to explore. If you have any questions, try the help menu or go to ubuntu.com/support to explore your other options. We hope you enjoy Ubuntu. And then it loops back round to the beginning. So there we go, guys. That is the cleaning up and installation of Ubuntu 11.04, which I believe is Nasi Narwhal. On the Sony Vaio VGN-NR10E laptop, which, if I booted it into Vista, error messages, lockup, everything would crash, Explorer would crash, the start bar would disappear, everything would go crazy. But this is nice and reliable, and I'm just going to be using it essentially for you know, internet usage. Really, that's the only thing I'm going to be really using it for. It's just going to be nice to have a portable machine again. And one thing to note is, whilst it is connected to the internet, which you can see up there, the light which is there that says that it's on and connected doesn't work. So I don't know whether that's the LED or whether it's just a compatibility thing. Either way, guys, that has been a long video on the Sony Vaio, or Sony Vaio it's supposed to be called, I believe. The VGN-NR10E laptop, and yeah, so there it is. This is going to be my primary portable machine, which isn't going to get used for much, but it's always a handy thing to have. I have done a video on Ubuntu before. I don't think this version, but you know, you can find, if you want to find more information out about Ubuntu and this particular version of Ubuntu, you can do so online. There are plenty of videos for you to choose from. So until next time, guys,